that we wanted to give out during the luncheon presentation today, and then we have some more awards to give out tomorrow, and if we keep adding awards, we're going to have to do an entire another day. So we're going to start with the Spirit of the Water Essay Contest, which is an essay contest for high school students run by the Iowa Water Center. We started doing this last year thanks to a generous gift from Dennis and Betty Keeney, and Dennis is with us today, so thank you, Dennis. Now, we made the essay, and by we, I mean Hannah Bates, our program assistant with the Iowa Water Center, really outdid herself with the prompt this year. And it's so challenging, in fact, that I have not yet answered the prompt because I'm going to have to think about it. So the prompt this year, water is connected to us regardless of where we live. Individuals who work in a farm field, have a backyard, work in city infrastructure can make a difference to protect and improve water. Identify someone in your community or in the state of Iowa who is implementing a water improvement practice, a project, or carrying out a policy. How are they making a difference for Iowa's natural resources? So we instructed our essay contestants to select a community member, describe what they're doing, describe what motivates them, and describe how others can emulate their work. So we had 3 top prizes to give this year, and thanks to Iowa Lakeside Laboratory, we were able to up the ante a little bit. So we gave first prize received $500 cash, and and I know I want to apply for this too. I would like to win $500 cash. 1 full college course scholarship, so 4 credit hours at Iowa Lakeside Laboratory. And if you've never been to Iowa Lakeside Laboratory, they have workshops in the summer that allow you to really immerse yourself and learn more about aquatic ecology, aquatic biology, and all kinds of different things right there at the lake at Okoboji. So second place is $300 cash prize and a 2 credit hour course scholarship at Iowa Lakeside Lab. And third place is a $300 cash prize. So I'm going to read our winners in reverse order because our first place winner is here with us today and is going to say a few words when I'm finished. So third place was Michaela Holviet for Nahant Marsh, a place for conservation and education. Second place was Lucas Lauder for Spirit of the Water and the Spirit of Mr. Chris Lindell. And first place here today is Laura Stowater for Cultivating a Legacy, Water for the Next Generation. So please join me in welcoming Laura, who's going to say a few words.
Thank you all for having me. I'm a junior at Algona High School, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what my essay was about. My essay was about different agricultural practices that I have learned about, such as cover crops, organic farming, and good tillage practices. I have also learned about the importance of education as a means of improving water quality. I selected Dr. Michael McNeil as the topic for my essay because he has served as my science fair mentor for the past 2 years, and I really admire his work. Dr. Michael McNeil is an agronomist and an organic farmer. His work focuses on nutrient management. Just as Dr. McNeil has shared his water knowledge with me, it is important to share our water knowledge with others and our other neighbors in our watershed. Some things we can learn from our neighbors in the watershed are that we all play a role in water quality, and we can all be ambassadors for good water practices, wherever you live or whatever your job is. It is important to share possible solutions, be open to new ideas, and be patient in order to create a better tomorrow. Thank you for this honor.
Yes, she is taller than me. Everyone is taller than me. I understand.
Everyone?
Everyone is, so she's going to raise this back up. You go ahead, Pat.
Okay.
You get right into it. I'm going to go that way.
All right.
Finish my own.
Okay. Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2018 Iowa Water Conference. And this is a very exciting time of year where all of us, like-minded individuals, groups, partnerships, just really trying to protect and improve water quality in Iowa. And I'm always excited during this part of the program to present awards to those that are doing something special, something extra. And so we'll start off with that. And for those of you that are receiving awards, what I will do is read the description, and then if you could please come up and I'll give you the award. And then Hannah, our professional photographer, will be taking photos. So anyway, let's get started with the glasses. Okay, here we go. I first would like to recognize, this is the Outstanding Partner Award. This goes to the Cedar Rapids Bank and Trust, and we have John Rodriguez here representing them. So essentially what they did is they went above and beyond what their requirements were for the city of Cedar Rapids when it came to working on a project. They recently purchased an old parking lot with the intentions of redoing it for additional parking in their downtown location. So instead of just doing typical construction, a typical pavement surface, they decided to use permeable pavers. And the design is such that it is able to manage not just the water quality volume, but all the way up to the 100-year storm event. And so, let's see, what else can I mention here? And we all know that Cedar Rapids has experienced some flooding events in the past, so this is just one step further in helping to manage stormwater in the community. They were also able to take advantage of they partnered with the city of Cedar Rapids with their cost share program, and so they're going to be adding an educational sign in the permeable paver parking lot area, so I would like to recognize them. Congratulations. Okay, next, let's see, if Dave, I believe it's Dave, I was gonna read the name off here, Dave DeGeis, was he able to, are you in the room, Dave? From Nature Conservancy? Oh, awesome, thank you. You can slowly make your way up here as I mean, I actually had a spot reserved for you, but that's okay, so, okay. All right, partner award, and so Dave DeGeis is representing the Nature Conservancy. And they essentially work in the state of Iowa to help protect the natural resources. So they have assisted with a number of oxbow wetland restorations, with most being located within agricultural environments. And the oxbow restorations, as we all know, provide a number of different benefits to in the aquatic environment. This past year, the city of Clive, and we do have Doug Ullendike here, and the city of Urbandale, and I'm not sure we have a representative from the city of Urbandale present. Okay. They essentially were fortunate to be able to partner with the Nature Conservancy of Iowa on the construction of 4 urban oxbow wetlands along Walnut Creek watershed. Dave DeGeis has been working closely and is very actively engaged in the Walnut Creek Watershed Management Authority, and essentially recognized an opportunity to leverage their past experiences and assist with the oxbow wetland restorations, which are part of the Walnut Creek Watershed Master Plan and the Clive Greenbelt Plan. So with that, congratulations to the Nature Conservancy, and we look forward to future partnerships as well. Thank you. Some probably should have reminded me to take my reading glasses off, but that's okay. Yes, you can. Please do.
I want to just quickly recognize some of our partners, because I just play a small part in this. John Swanson from the Polk Soil and Water District, IDAL's WQI funding was also a big part of this. Doug Ullendike, and the other person, Jan Herkey from Urbandale, were also big parts of this. And we had some corporate sponsors as well, but I just especially want to thank the other people that were involved. So thanks a lot.
Okay, next we have sort of someone here a little more locally. We have the city of Ames. And they are being recognized as receiving a jurisdiction award, Jurisdiction of the Year award. So they had a parking lot, west side of the community center, that was needing a little of attention. And they decided, well, instead of just repaving the parking lot, let's do something cool. So what they did is they were able to obtain SRF funds as well as WQI funds, and provided funding from the city of Ames as well. And they installed a permeable paver parking lot that managed, when it comes to the unified sizing criteria, all of the rainfall events, as well as installed 5 bioretention cells in the parking lot. They have converted some of the turf areas. They did soil quality restoration and converted them to native turf, buffalo and blue grama grass. The plan is this year to continue that, and all of the turf surrounding the community center, there'll be soil quality restoration, and they will be planting it to native turf, which is pretty exciting. Also, they decided to engage the Ames High students. And so the Ames High students planted and grew the native plants. They converted all of their gardens and added additional gardens. They converted them to native prairie vegetation. And so they had the high school kids come out and plant the native prairie plants, and that's kind of like herding squirrels, but Jake did a really awesome job of keeping them organized. So congratulations to the city of Ames, and we have a number of staff here that will be coming up and accepting the award. Oh, sorry, no, I'm just gonna take my glasses off this time. Thank you. Sure. Okay, next, the next award will go to it's sort of a partnership effort. So Tracy Siebold with the State Finance Authority, Lee Wagner, Tiffany Wilson-Lillard, I'm doing pretty good on names, aren't I? And I'm not even looking down. And Mike Sullivan with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources were nominated and are receiving an award for their involvement with the state revolving fund and working in partnership effort as well with the urban conservationists and implementing the program in the state. And let me see. So they essentially are the on-the-ground staff that work with those that apply for the grants and make sure that the projects are implemented properly, and then work with the urban conservationists on the technical side of it in the review. And then Tracy manages the money financial side of this as well. So I'd like to recognize you three, if you could come up here, please. Okay, we're missing. All right, wonderful. Congratulations, guys. Okay. And you hope that this next one, that things wouldn't happen this way, but they did. So Patty Cale Finnegan was selected for the Lifetime Achievement Award, and she unfortunately is having to deal with we'll call it a family emergency, so she's not able to accept the award. But I will show you the beautiful heavy award that she will be receiving. What we will do, I'll read a little bit of the background information for you, but we will select a different venue in which we can present her with the award. So, and you know what's really cool is to be able to actually find an award that looks like a raindrop. So I was kind of pretty excited about that. Wayne has one of those. So, okay. So Patty started, actually I work with Patty at the Iowa Association of Municipal Utilities. She worked on their energy efficiency program, but we also obtained funding from Iowa DNR, and we started the whole education process for MS4 cities in 2003 and did trainings throughout the state of Iowa. So she was involved in stormwater at that point and helping me, working with me and organizing those events. She started as the program coordinator of the State Revolving Fund at Iowa DNR in 2004. And from 1988 to 2003, that program only provided low-interest loans for drinking water and wastewater infrastructure with a total of $850 million in assistance provided. So under her leadership, 2004 to 17, the SRF program provided over $2 billion in assistance for wastewater and drinking water infrastructure to address point source pollution and provide safe drinking water. And then she also created this arrangement with DNR, IDALS, NRCS, and IFA, the Iowa Finance Authority, to develop a highly utilized, innovative, and flexible use of SRF non-point source pollution funds for on-site septic systems. And then also, since 2004, the Iowa SRF programs, they funded over $250 million in projects to improve water quality. She expanded the program. They now have sponsored projects, which, what it does, for those of you not familiar with it, allows communities with an SRF wastewater loan to apply for up to an additional 10% of their loan amount to be used locally for a local watershed project. And that program, since its inception, has been utilized by 68 communities, 82 projects in 68 communities. And a lot of those projects have include green stormwater infrastructure. So congratulations to Patty. We're really sorry that she's not able to be here, but we'll give her a round of applause. And that is essentially what I have for you today for awards. Keep in mind awards for next year. So if you want to recognize an individual, a partnership effort, a city, a developer, or any other groups, that keep that in mind. So.
We also want to encourage you, there is a contest going on. There's a photo contest. Those are up on a table near the registration table on the first floor, so be sure to vote for that. We'll present those awards tomorrow. You have about 10 minutes. We'll start our breakout sessions promptly at 1 o'clock, so make sure you know where you're going, what room you want to head to, and head there. After there's a break, yeah, okay, you don't have 10 minutes. Rick wants to talk to you. I'm sorry.
Cool. No, not at all. For the last 9 years, the Soil and Water Conservation Club at Iowa State University has published an award-winning publication called Getting into Soil and Water. Many of you have probably seen it. This publication is a load of work. Students from this club, typically each year we identify the volunteer to work in the editorial team. This year's editorial team was Hannah Corey, Jacob Wright, and Lindsey Brown. I occasionally, well, more than occasionally, get emails at midnight. Normally those are spam, with the exception of this group. I don't know where they get the time and energy. They all have GPAs over 3.5. Lindsay's resume is 3 pages long. I don't know how many jobs you're working at the same time. But we hear a lot about challenging with today's younger generation. Let me tell you, they're not all a challenge. And I'm putting a perk for Lindsay, as I asked her before we come up here, what are you going to do this summer? She says, I'm looking for a full-time job. She's looking for a full-time job. She'll have a BS in biology and environmental science. She is the chief financial and managing editor of this year's Getting into Soil and Water. She has a group of activities that she's been involved with along with working, and a GPA of over 3.5. The book itself, we have a plethora of these on the display for the Iowa Water Center outside the door of Benton Auditorium. Take one, take two if you want to share. They're yours. So with that, Lindsay is looking for full-time work. Truly outstanding, and appreciate y'all doing this. Take and share if you will. They're a good product, and have a good rest of the afternoon and good conference. Thank you.